So recently, Yamaha released a new keyboard. What's the deal? I am still satisfied with my Tyros 4, so the new keyboard must be crap.
So you haven't seen the review on this wonderful YouTube channel? Have you been living under a rock?
Ladies, relax. I bet Ronald will clear this up for us.
So Ronald, can you give the ladies an example?
Yes, of course I can solve this. Well, ladies, before you get into each other's hair, let me explain you and show you why you don't have to feel bad when you're left behind with an older keyboard, and I will explain you how. I won't say that the new Genos 2 is not worth its money or that it's no good, but usually when you see an example of two generation keyboards, and lately you see a lot of comparisons between the first Genos and the second. But even if you own an older keyboard, for me, when I'm listening to all these demonstrations on YouTube on a high-end stereo with good sound quality to my liking, and I'm quite picky when it comes to sound, from the Tyros 3 on, it's clear that from that point Yamaha found the sweet spot for the quality of the samples. The Tyros 1 and 2 were brilliant instruments for this time, for its time I mean, and even they are also still usable in this time, but there are just some things you just can't get out of it anymore. But starting from the Tyros 3, I've seen that's a Dutch player, Robbie Does, doing some amazing parts, especially that second waltz. Yeah, well, but let's not sing because otherwise you might run away. That song he did, so all the songs that he does on his keyboards, he truly takes the time to adjust and set things right. And the longer I'm playing, I'm starting to do this too, because it's so much fun when you get to a get together and you hear everybody play, that everyone has his or her own taste. From that time, from the Tyros 3 on, the quality of the samples are spot on. They may have been a bigger file size, a higher quality, but except when you have exceptional hearing, you will not hear the difference. And even though I'm very picky on how my music should sound and how my speakers should sound, from these keyboards on the sound quality is so high that I don't hear a difference when you set things right. So then I hear you ask, maybe, why they keep on developing keyboards. Well, you get faster processors, so you can eliminate that sound and then filter swapping problem when you sometimes get when you do a wrong timing when using the style control or a registration memory with a swap with two completely different instruments and filters and sound settings. You might get a problem. I've shown you how to solve this in a previous video, and from a music friend Fred, I've learned a new trick. When you got a volume pedal and you link that to all your right voices, so whenever you're using a voice, when you close the volume pedal while doing the swap, you don't hear that sound effect also because on that moment you turn down the volume all the way, and then you can just kick it back up to its regular setting. It also, I've never tried it myself, but it also seems that you can set the highest volume, usually it goes to 127, but you can set the limiter of, if you prefer, to 100. So if you completely press your volume pedal, your right hand voices will not overpower your style. So things stay in balance when you kick back the volume. So that's a very neat trick as well, but you've got to own a volume pedal to do this. And my trick works even if you only have a sustain pedal and for the rest you are using the keyboard. My trick still works with the swapping of a variation. That's one improvement. Every time the keyboards get newer, it responds faster to your switching and button presses. So you are almost not having that problem anymore. And if you have it, it's easier to do the timing, swapping from one variation to another. So your OTS swaps along with it. So that is also improvement. There are a few more things, but this video will get way too long if I will explain them all. But in all, yes, you get improvements on a new keyboard. What this video is about is showing you guys and girls that you don't have to feel bad or left behind if you're stuck with a previous generation keyboard. What I did was not to embarrass the Genos 2, but to highlight what you can do with, in my case, the Tyros 4, when you really am going to sit in front of it and truly concentrate on your settings that you want to do. What do you want to accomplish? Well, I wanted, with this demonstration, I wanted to accomplish that, to make the sound of the Tyros 4 as close to the Genos 2 as possible. I think I succeeded, so without further ado, I will play a song for you. I'll start it on the Tyros 4 and I'll end it on the Genos 2. Well, let me start with the song. It will be Einsamer Hirte, or De Verlaten Mijn in Dutch language, or The Lonely Shepherd in the English or American language. Well, that is amazing. Just playing these two keyboards, knowing that this one is from 2011 and this one somewhere around the start of 2024 or maybe the end of 2023. I actually can't remember too well, but as you can hear clearly that yes, there is a difference, but when you actually do your best, you can get really close, and your audience, when you are performing outside, they won't hear the difference because they don't hear them as close to each other as you did. This is why I immediately after stopping the ending on the Tyros 4, I immediately went on to the Genos, so you still have that sound of the Tyros fresh in your head, and bam, there comes the Genos 2 version. This is a great hobby, and this is also why I spent a lot of money in it, but it's just my passion, and if it's worth to you, if you're enjoying it just as much as I do, either you get the keyboard or not, but as long as you are enjoying playing and you can put your passion and your feeling in it, why go on social media and either try to sweep down the one buying the newest keyboard like, there's no difference, there's no difference, or on the other hand, like, my Tyros 4 is equally as good, or my Tyros 3, whatever your keyboard at that moment you're owning. Everyone has their own goals to chase, everyone got their own, what they value from a keyboard. I mean, you also have the PSR and PSX series from Yamaha, the little brother of the high-end keyboards. There's also nothing wrong with them. I mean, they all have that same wonderful Yamaha signature sound. They all have the great styles that Yamaha make. And as a final word, before I'm closing off, what I want to say is, the style that you've heard me play, they both are 100% the same. It's a copy from the Tyros 4 version to the USB stick on the Genos 2, and I also did this on the Genos 1, and I only use the newer instruments except for the pan flute because that's an external sound on both keyboards, and both get them from the Yamaha Music Soft website, only converted to be compatible with the newer keyboard, but it's the same sound nonetheless. What I'm trying to say is there is also the same style on the Genos itself, and you can find this when I go to presets, to movie and show, and then you, the last page, page 5, on the bottom left, Broadway Ballad, that is the style. But they've reworked him for the Genos 2. Some things are, to my taste, better, like in variation 4, they figured out to put in a few more tiny instruments to give a few more accents in that style. But the ending is completely reworked. Well, while we are here, let me show you. I will play in the final variation. We start with the drum solo, and then it goes to D on the final chord that I'm using in the song, and then let's swap to the ending, and then you know that I usually play if I like. That is the ending that I'm used to playing along. And now listen to the difference of the Genos version, the Genos 2 version of the Broadway Ballad. It is also wonderful, but they use the stock pan flute to play along with it. That's a definite no in my book. They should have let me, well, I may revoice this to get the proper pan flute to play that song part, but I prefer to play along with it myself, like I did in the demonstration. So yeah, it's also what you are used to. So now you know where to find this style if you want to play it with the proper Genos 2 version. And otherwise it's a style from the Tyros 4, not even converted. I just put it on a USB stick with, at that time, my one-touch settings for it. I swapped it over, and when I was searching through the instruments, I found for me some a little bit better sounding versions of the ones that I've used on the Genos 1 and 2 keyboard, and I use that instead to play along with my right hand. Before I keep on going, because like I also said in the previous video, when it comes to music I can talk all day long. But let's end it here. I hope you guys and girls, my viewers, but also the ones that were complaining in the beginning of the video, I hope you had something useful out of this video, and at least you've enjoyed my performance on Einsamer Hirte, de Verlaten Mijn, or The Lonely Shepherd. Have a nice Easter weekend, because I'm recording this in Easter weekend, and see you on a new video.
So now you know you don't have to feel left out if you own an older generation keyboard. It's all about sharing your passion in music.
Have you seen what I'm wearing? My passion is not only music, I thrive on attention. But still, I will fire my keyboard player because he's a poor musician. I need the best.
Talk about a high maintenance woman. She needs to get her priorities right.
Hey, I did not feature in this video, but don't worry, I'll be back.
Can someone please give me a weapon?
No, but I can say thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next video.